Hi everyone, this is Avena. This is the video that's going to accompany assessment form number 2 dated May 14, 2017. This is a part of the independent hair growth study that I am doing. I've already put together a group of 500 people. My goal is to have 1,000 members participate in this voluntary independent hair growth study that I am doing. And so if you are watching this video and you're hearing about this study that I'm doing, it's a year-long study, you are welcome to submit a request to join my group. And I have more information about the particular study that I'm doing in another video, which I'm going to put down below. But for tonight, I'm sharing in this video, answering a lot of questions that have been raised throughout the participation of the group. And I want to make sure that we're all on the same page with some of the things that you've been asking me. So let me get started. All right, first things first. I know that a number of you originally had your email settings on the default, which was all email, so that way you wouldn't miss any notifications. Unfortunately, that is like the worst option to even consider for default when you have a large group. So every time a new person entered the group, there was an opportunity for them to say hello, and some of them actually did post something, and that became a notification that went to a number of your emails, and so you got overloaded with notifications, and it was like, oh my gosh, why am I getting so much mail from this group? And so I just want you guys to know that I have already adjusted the email options or the email settings so that all of you are now receiving an abridged version or a digest. And the two of them vary slightly. I think I may change everyone to abridged. Abridged just gives you a summary of all activity, all postings, all comments, all topics and discussions at the end of the day. So you will get just one email notification. For those of you who have the digest, you will get a notification after 25 after 25 discussions or topics have been posted. So for that reason, I'm looking to move everyone to the abridged who is currently on digest, and all of you who had all email, that no longer is an option for any of you in the group, because I don't want anyone getting bombarded, with notifications in your email box. So that's number one. Okay. So for those of you who had received so many email notifications in your mailbox and started sending me requests to change the account that's associated with the group for that reason, if you could please stay with your current email account now that I've made the change. Hopefully you'll notice that the number of notifications has died down, because I made that change about 2 days ago. So if you've been afraid to check your email, please check it, and you should notice a huge drop off in the volume of notifications coming from this group. Okay, so please continue to use the current email account, because it's a lot of work for me to keep changing. Thank you. Number two, a lot of participants or people who are requesting to join the group have asked to bring in their children. Now, I did state this before, this study is going to be for 18 years and older. So I'd really like all of the participants to be at least 18 years of age, and then maybe at another time, another study, I'll consider doing the younger folks. But for right now, I just need to concentrate on those of you who are 18 years and older. There's no cutoff, but certainly like to start no younger than 18 years, please. So thank you very much for that. And then in the same regard, if you have different family members or friends that you want to participate in the study, the way that it works is each individual has to provide an individual email account. That is the way I'm able to track each member, and that is the way I'm going to be able to correlate the information. So I can't have a grouping of individuals or a group of people on one individual account. Each person has to have their own separate email. I received a number of email requests asking, is it too late to join? Is it too late to join? The cutoff is going to be March 29th to join the group. And the reason being is I need for us to jumpstart on June 1st certain things that need to happen on June 1st. Namely, one of the most important things that we're going to do on June 1st is set our baseline. In order for us to monitor your growth over the course of a full year, we need to start exactly on June 1st to get your exact measurements. What I'm going to have you do, I'm going to prepare you now so you can just be ready for June 1st. This is what you need to do. You need to have your hair so that you can actually touch it, because I know when you first do your hair, you don't really want to mess it up. You don't want to be pulling on it. You don't want to lose any definition. So make sure it's an old hairstyle, right? Hopefully it's an old hairstyle on June 1st. And bear with me, I know my eye is looking off, but I'm actually looking at myself when it looks like I'm looking away. So when you're going to do your measurements, you're going to measure from the front. You're going to have it come down the front. So wherever it lands, you're going to stretch it. So this is why I'm saying you have to have an old hairstyle. You're not worried about losing definition. So you're going to pull down as far as you can. You don't need to straighten your hair for this. Just pull down as far as you can. So wherever it lands, that's going to be your measurement. You know, if it's your brow, you know, above your brow, if it's, you know, your eye line, if it's your nose, if it's your top of your lip, bottom lip, chin, you know, wherever it lands. That's going to be the first measurement. The second measurement is going to be just over your ear. So it's going to have to come down right over your ear. So wherever it lands over here, that's what I want you to pull, okay? So that's going to be your right side. And then your left side, same thing, same exact thing. And then, of course, you know, the back. Now, something very important about all of these areas of your hair is that the perimeter does not grow as long as the rest of your hair. So you notice when I pulled my hair up in the back, you'll notice down here, when you go to catch this, that first layer will not be as long. So make sure you get your longer layer. You see, this is not the absolute bottom of my hair. This is not the absolute bottom row. So you want to get the rows just slightly above it to make sure you're getting an accurate representation of your length. Because if I were to pull right here, it's going to be this long. And that's not excuse me. Can't talk like that. That's not reflective of how long, you know, my hair is or your hair is. So I just want you to keep that in mind when you go around the perimeter. Make sure you don't pull the absolute lowest portion where the hair does not reach. Get the portion slightly above it, so you can get an accurate, you know, assessment. See, I'm all messing up my hair, and I'm not even finished doing the video now, but at least you guys know why my hair is messed up, because I was over here pulling it, trying to show you how to do this hair measurement. And we can go over this again if you have any questions. I'm sure you're gonna have some questions. So, but I just wanted to give you that preliminary. So on June 1st, that's why it's so important that the last application I'll take, or the last request, will have to be March 29th, because I can't have people, and I'm trying to explain this is what you need to do, and you just now coming in, because June 1st, we're closed. We're no longer enrolling, so I really hope to have a full 1,000. Right now we're at 500 we're at 497, so I'm calling it 500 because I haven't added the last few requests. But yeah, that's very important. The cutoff date is March 29th. So please, if you're inviting friends and they haven't sent in their request yet, you know, make sure you tell them March 29th. Don't wait any longer. Let's see. Okay, with my messy hair. Yeah, there have been questions about Yahoo accounts. So a number of you seem to be experiencing some issues with your Yahoo accounts where you're not able to access the post, or you're not able to ask questions, or you're not able to fill out the form. Can you please just let me know, is that are any of you who have a Yahoo, I keep wanting to call it a Yahoo account, any of you who have a Yahoo account able to successfully, you know, complete the form, no issues? Can you just let me know that? I'll try and skim through here and see what I see in terms of which accounts. It's a lot of you guys, so if you're able to, you know, shoot me an email saying, hey, I'm okay, I'm Yahoo, I'm okay, that would be great. So maybe it's just those individuals, because I really don't want you having to change your account. I had to do all this manually. And the way that it works is that Google wants to make sure that I am not a robot. So Google only allows me to manually enter 10 emails at a time. That's 10 participants at a time. So I have gone through and done it in segments where I wait until I have almost, you know, 50 to 100 requests, and then I just, you know, okay, I'm going to do these 10, done. Because I know that if I keep trying to do like I can't just do trickle through, and then I also can't do like 100 all at one time. So it's a lot of tedious work, and I'd really appreciate being able to keep you all in. Those who I've already enrolled, I'd like to be able to keep you enrolled. So yeah, let's just make sure it's not just a Yahoo thing, and maybe it's just, you know, just you, it's isolated. But Hopefully hopefully it's just, a few of you, because a lot of you do have Yahoo accounts. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you have a Yahoo account, if you've been experiencing, problems filling out the forms because you have a Yahoo account, please let me know. Thank you. Another question I received was, are pictures of your hair required? Are pictures of your hair required? So what I want to do is make sure we have, accurate records at each stage. So June 1st, we're going to have those coordinates, above or coming down the sides of your ear, coming down the front, and then down the back. Those measurements, I want you to take pictures of that. So you're not just going to record it, you're literally going to take pictures of that. And so if you don't want to make the pictures public, that's fine. I'll have it set up so that you can either send it to me, via email, but you do need to capture those images. And so I know that you have them. I would like you to send them to me, or at least have them accessible that I can take a look at them, because I am monitoring your progress, right? So yes, in that regard, pictures are required. Thank you. Another question I received was, does your hair have to be natural? Now, the reason why I'm doing this study is because my audience is the natural hair community. I'm specifically a natural hair specialist, and I'm doing this study because I want to be able to let you guys know, hey, we have some reputable supplement options that really do work, for growing the hair. And so it's because of my audience that I'm even doing this study. Now, those of you who happen to be friends or family members, or family members have invited you and your hair is relaxed, I'm certainly not going to turn you away, but I'm not putting this out there and like say, hey, everyone come in, because that's not what it's about. I really want to be able to give this information to those people who are in, in my audience, because they're the ones who, I work with and serve. So they're my priority. Okay, so I'm certainly going to accept your participation, and you're welcome to come on in, but I'm not going to put the announcement out there, hey, all join us, because I really want this to be the audience that I serve. Okay, thank you for understanding and for your cooperation. Also, a number of you have, when you've submitted your emails to request to be a part of the group, a number of you gave me your background history. And so what I'm striving to do with this study is to be able to categorize and put all of the information in a database, so it can be correlated. And so having information in an email message is harder to extract than having it in a column, having it in a form, and having it roll in to into a certain space so I can actually do analysis. So if you'll bear with me, I'm going to be trickling out these forms, throughout the week, and they're not going to be cumbersome, as you've seen from the first form, and now today this second form. I only ask you a few questions at a time, and that's so that I can gather the information and I can put it together, and then I can add everything, as we go along. I also don't want you sitting there writing a manual, writing a manuscript, writing a book. This is not meant to take too much of your time. It's just going to be trickle in, trickle out, but it eventually will build into, a lot of information that can be correlated across hopefully 1,000 participants. And so you will start to see a pattern in the way the questions are, laid out on the forms, and you'll start to see that I'm gathering information and seeing where we fall in terms of how we're progressing, in our hair journey toward reaching our goals. Eventually, my goal is to get all of that information that you want to share with me. I've made it so that the forms, you can check off or pull down menu information. I know a lot of you want to explain things, so I'm also providing areas where you can explain. But I need to keep that information kind of contained, again, so it doesn't get too far off and it becomes too cumbersome. I really need to keep things kind of categorized so it's easier to correlate across 1,000 participants. Okay. A number of you have asked me whether or not you have to purchase supplements to be a part of this hair growth study. And the whole reason why I even initiated this hair growth study was to monitor and to track the progress of those of you who want to grow your hair with the use of aids, obviously, and see how they're actually increasing either your rate of growth or your growth cycle, meaning that there's a growth cycle of your anagen phase where your hair is actually growing, then there's a resting phase where you go into catagen, and then there's telogen where your hair sheds. So there's a possibility that you can actually extend the growing phase of your hair growth cycle. And if there are actual growth aids that can provide that level of assistance to getting you to extend your growth phase, then you should see longer lengths. Now, there have been some ladies who reached out to me after my video that I posted at the beginning of the year and shared with me their experience using different supplements that they said were favorable, that they actually did see an increase in their growth rate, or they did see more hair, more length. And so those are the particular supplements that I want to study with you all. And so the choice of which supplements you will take will be based on a couple of different factors. I'm taking your information. You're going to see your doctor. You're going to get, your blood levels checked. You're going to get your iron levels checked. You're going to get all these different levels checked based on information that I'm taking from my advisor, who happens to be a medical doctor, on what are some of the things we need to look at and make sure those levels are checked prior to you even starting any new supplements. And then you're not going to start taking the supplements on June 1st. Please know that you will not start taking supplements on June 1st. June 1st is our baseline. We need to first establish what your current rate of growth is before we can even measure an increase. We need to see what your baseline is now, starting June 1st, and then monitor it for the next couple months before you start to take any supplements. Now, that's very important. So please know, registration ends March 29th. You can't come in after June 1st. June 1st, I'm going to start your baseline where you are now, on June 1st actually. And then the next measurement will be on July 1st. The next measurement will be on August 1st. And then we will start to take the supplements based on the information that I get back from you, and making a recommendation of which supplements I think would be ideal based on your history, based on your background. And it's up to you, obviously, if you're going to take the supplements. Now, I'm not administering the supplements. I'm overseeing the study. You will be purchasing your own supplements. Why? Because it's not sponsored. Why? Because this is not sponsored by a company. So a company is not overseeing this and saying, here, use our products. We're not the company. I am the researcher, and I'm making sure this is independent. This is going to be genuine. There's no outside involvement. So yes, you will be purchasing the supplements based on my recommendation and based on your medical history and on the advice from the medical doctor who's overseeing the study with me. That's Dr. Yolanda Lindsay. So those are some of the things that I just wanted you to be aware of based on your questions. I hope this answers, that portion for you. Some of you have said you do not want to take supplements, but you do want to be a part of the hair growth study. I will look at that and see how many, participants, are leaning in that direction, and see if it's even viable for what we're doing. Certainly, I'll take a look at that. And really, I know that a lot of you want to just be a part of this with me, and I understand that. So we'll talk about all that and see what's going to be most beneficial for the purposes of this study, and how it's going to help those who we need to be able to provide this information to, who are considering ways that they can help increase their rate of growth, or make sure that they're reaching their hair goals. So that's what I want to do in this study, and I hope that clears up some of your questions on what we're going to be doing throughout the next year. And I know that a number of you are going to have, lots of back and forth questions. I need to know how many of you can join me on Periscope and Facebook Live on Monday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or maybe we need to set up another time just for this group. But I would like to be able to chat with you and get some of your questions and your feedback kind of like in real time, maybe once a month or something like that. We will have something set up where we can do that. But for now, I'll be delivering, my frequently asked question responses in this manner, so I can get it to you kind of in a timely manner. And on one final note, I did just create a Facebook group called the Independent Hair Growth Study by Abena Palmore, and you are welcome to join, provided that you are already a part of the group. So in order to join, all you have to do is click on the link that's going to be in the description box below, and a question is going to come up for you to verify your email account that is associated with the group. And as long as your email account is already a member in the group, you will be able to join the Facebook group. And it's not required. It's for those of us who want to be able to share pictures and videos like this one, and it's not required because not everyone has a Facebook account. So that's why I wanted everyone who has an email account to be a part of the email group. And then for those who want to be a part of the Facebook group, you can certainly click the link down below that's going to be in the description section, and you will be admitted into the Facebook group, as I said before, provided that your email account matches that's in the Google group. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day or evening or whatever it is. Thank you so much for watching this long video. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but I wanted to cover everything. So thank you all for your patience. Thank you.